so nice to see all of your colleagues, Fidaus, Daniel, Ru Hui. We'll come to the end of the week. Thank God, for His grace, for this blessed week.
Yes, Mr. Tan, thank you for mentoring all of us.
And for sharing with us your experiences during the session too.
It has been very beneficial, Mr. Tan.
Yes, I've also learned a lot from you, colleagues, Fidaus, yourself, Daniel and Ru Hui. The mentoring session does not only benefit me, but also all of us as well. Correct?
Yes, well said, Mr. Tan. This year, we are going to write testimonials and remarks for our students. So, we were wondering to hear more from you about this grammar creature known as SVA, subject-verb agreement.
Yes, sure, Fidaus. Subject-verb agreement is a very pivotal aspect of English grammar. So important it is that if we do not write properly, it can become very clunky and very, very arduous for people to read, And one of the important rules is that the subject, right, must agree with the verb in number. Subject must agree with the verb in number.
As in, so the noun must agree with the verb?
Yes, Ru Hui, a singular noun must agree with a singular verb. A plural noun must agree with a plural verb. Now let me give you some examples. For example, Rajin completes his assignments diligently. Not Rajin complete his assignments diligently. Now that's wrong. Olivia strives to do her best, in all that she does. Not Olivia strives to do her best in her assignments. That's wrong.
So rule number 1 is subjects and verbs must agree in numbers. For example, Anson understands that it is important to work well with his classmates. So Anson is a singular subject, thus the verb must also be singular.
Well said, spot on.
Thank you, Mr. Tan.
To reiterate, subject and the verb must agree. In fact, in a sentence, there's always a subject and there's always a verb. But importantly, we must look at the subject and whether it's singular or whether it's plural. And the verb must agree. This is very important because if it's not harmoniously incorporated in that sentence, as I said just now, it remains, it's actually very clunky and very hard to follow.
Yeah, especially when we write remarks for our students.
Correct. Yeah, colleagues, let me now go to rule number 2, an important rule on subject-verb agreement. Now, if the subject is joined by the conjunction and, then it is in the plural form. For example, Fidaus and Daniel are teachers in Christchurch Secondary School. Alright, so and, conjunction and, then it should be in the plural.
So, Clarissa and George are responsible students.
Yes, so when we are writing remarks and testimonials, if you are writing about 2 students, then it should be in the plural. The verb should be in the plural.
Okay, so to summarize rule number 2, the verb that we use should be plural if 2 subjects are joined by the word and.
Yes. Now let me share the third rule now. Now, for example, if you are writing, on some of our students or any aspect, right? If that subject is followed by nor or, alright, and we look at the subject is closest, alright, the closest. Again, let me use Fidaus' example. Neither Fidaus nor his classmates know the answer. Not neither Fidaus nor his classmates knows the answer. Alright, the subject is closest, the verb must cohere with it.
So let me repeat rule number 3, Mr.
Yes.
Tan. So, in sentences with compound subjects that are joined by or nor, we use a verb that agrees with the closest subject. The closest subject. Wow.
Yes. Indeed, spot on again. Well done, colleagues. We're having a very good time understanding subject-verb agreement and refreshing our memories of what we learned in school. You know, colleagues, I really, this time with all of you is well spent. Usually when I read our students' essays or writings, I get very traumatized when they do not know how to write properly, especially the subject and the verb. They do not agree at all, and I also don't agree with them.
Oh dear.
Yes. Okay, so to refresh our memory, shall we watch a subject-verb agreement song? It's very catchy, before we head home.
Sure.
Shall we?
Sure, Mr.
Let's do it, Mr.
Tan.
Tan.
Okay, thank you.